Hey, what's up, Dividend Nomads? Welcome back to the channel. In yesterday's video, I shared a chart that raised a lot of curiosities in people's minds and a lot of questions and comments and things. And I could literally feel the wheels turning in y'all's minds through the comments and some of the reactions. And I want to address that today. And I want to give you two different scenarios. And we're also going to look at that chart again. And this, I believe in my heart, is really going to help people get a really good understanding of the path to take that's going to be best for you based on your own personal situation. Okay, there's nothing to do with me and, nothing like that. So this is just going to be based on your own personal situation. Just something to think about, something to put in the back of your mind and to consider in terms of how you want to treat your investing journey in the future. So I'm gonna walk around a little bit. These people up here looking at me all crazy. Hopefully this sounds good. I didn't want to make a video inside today. So anyway, first of all, I'm gonna put the chart up here on the screen right now. And I suggest you take a screenshot of it and save it, and maybe next month I'll do it again, like once we have another month's worth of data to update. But take a screenshot of this. I don't have like a link to share with you or something like that about this chart. I told y'all yesterday I got this chart from F.i.r.e.'s Discord. He's another YouTuber, We the F.i.r.e.'s. He's got a Discord channel. I got the chart from there. Lots of people ask me, where did you get the chart? And I said it in the video, and nobody paid attention to that part. So anyway, now back to my stupid face. Hopefully you took a screenshot of the chart like I suggested. So right now, I'm gonna give you two different scenarios, one of them not involving that chart and one of them involving that chart. And we're gonna talk about some ways that you might potentially want to think about approaching your investment strategy. Because a lot of people say stuff like, oh, why are you investing in Yieldmax, a sinking ship? Or they say other things like, oh, it's a yield trap, and why not just put your money in JEPI or SCHD or something like that? And we're going to get two perspectives on that. So let's think about it. So scenario number one. Stay tuned to the end, because this is really going to help you. I really, truly, in my heart, believe this is going to help you get an understanding, an idea of the way I think of things and how I believe what I'm doing is more conservative. So keep that in the back of your mind. When I say this is a very conservative strategy, my strategy is a very conservative strategy compared to some of the traditional strategies. So, first of all, let's just say we're starting with a blank slate. We've got no money in the market. And let's just pretend we have $100,000 in our bank account. I'm going to use nice round numbers because I'm terrible at math and this makes it easier for me. So let's just say you got $100,000 in your bank account. Okay? And you're going to go the traditional investing route. We're going to put $100,000 into, let's say, SCHD. It's very popular. Everybody loves SCHD. It has what people like to say, a stable NAV. That means the price stays stable or even increases. Pays a dividend. It pays 3% dividend. So you put your $100,000 in there. Okay, 3% dividend. So that means after 1 year you get 3%. So you're going to make $3,000 in 1 year. So now you have $103,000. Oh, and don't forget, since the beginning of the stock market, the entire history of the stock market, on average, it usually produces a return on investment of anywhere between 10 to 13% on average. So let's just go with 10% because it's a nice round number and it's the lower end, it's more conservative. So if you put your $100,000 into something like SCHD, a more traditional style of investing, this time next year, you're going to have $113,000, right? Your $100,000, the 10% return on investment plus the $3,000 dividends, $113,000. Not bad, right? Not a bad deal. And next year, you know, you do the same, and next year you do the same. Everything's going smooth, right? But what if there's a big event like the 2008 crash, and now all of a sudden the market has collapsed, and you're 100, you know, it's been a few years now, 4 or 5 years, and, you know, you've got $150,000, $160,000 now. Market collapses, and now you're down, you're $150,000, $160,000. It's all of a sudden worth $10,000 or $15,000. It's like it's not worth very much at all because the market collapsed, a 50%, 80% collapse, something like that, whatever. You lost so much money, but you still own it. But you got, you know, now it's only worth $10,000, $12,000. What do? What can you do? Nothing you can do except for just keep going to work and keep making money, do the normal things you do every day. That's really all you can do. And just wait for it to recover. That's it. Or you could just sell it all at a loss and still have the $10,000 cash from what you sold and lost the rest, right? You can do that too. But let's say, hopefully it doesn't happen, but let's just say there's like a major life event. You have a heart attack, or you have cancer, or something like that happens, something bad happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen. I hope that doesn't happen to nobody. But if it does, now what do? Your $100,000 you had in the stock market is gone. Insurance going to pay for everything? I doubt it. Most people go into medical debt, and it actually causes people to have bankruptcy and things like that. It's like the number one problem in America is medical debt. And so what are you going to do? Take out a second mortgage on your home or something like that to pay for your medical things? So now you have this severe condition, and also you got to worry about your finances and what you're going to do, how you're going to work, how you're going to earn money, how you're going to do this, how you're going to do that. It's so dangerous betting on a situation like that. And not to mention, you're betting on the next, you know, you're waiting for 30, 40 years. You're thinking this is going to grow and grow and grow. It's going to be $1 million, and I'm going to retire with $1 million and make, you know, $30,000 a year in dividends from my $1 million. And I'm going to live happily ever after. That's what people think. That's what you're betting on. That what happened in the past is going to keep happening in the future. Now, if that is true, if what happens in the past keeps happening in the future, it's not just a stock market. Think about the world. At one point in time, you have places like India, Egypt, the Greeks and the Romans, the British. They were all world empires. They were on top of the world. And they lasted for, you know, 100, 110, 120, 150 years, and those empires collapsed. Look at history right now. America has been on top of the world for pretty much the past 100, 110 years or so. And if the past repeats itself, America could be, in your lifetime, in my lifetime, could be at its peak right now, and the collapse could be happening right now in front of our face, and we don't even realize it. And if that happens, if it does collapse and we're no longer the world power, what do you think is going to happen to your stock market account? Do you think that 30 years from now, the trajectory of the stock market is going to be the same as it has been the past 100 years when America was in its peak growth? I don't think so. I mean, I'm not willing to make that bet. That's just me. But that's the traditional way of thinking, that the past is going to be, you know, it's going to equal to the future. The future is going to be the same as the past has been. And we just don't know that. It's all a gamble, right? It's a big gamble. Now, let's look at it from scenario number 2, a different perspective. And this happens to be the way that I think about things, or the way that I see things. And traditionally, I'm more of a conservative investor. Okay, like I've never been rich, I ain't never had nothing, come from a poor family, and my money is important to me. And I'm very, very conservative about it, and I'm very risk adverse, right? I don't want to take big risk when it comes to my money. But people say investing in Yieldmax, in the way that I'm doing things, is very risky. They say, oh, your money's going away. So let's look at it from this way. Let's say, just like scenario 1, I got $100,000 in my bank account. Okay, $100,000, same amount of money. Now, let's go back to the chart. On the chart, you see at the top, the top ones. Okay, Misty, $35,000 gives you $5,000 a month. Okay? Pretty clear on the chart. So let's say we do that. We take $35,000, put it into Misty to get that $5,000 a month. My bank account still has $65,000 in my bank account. And I put my $35,000 into Misty, just like Scenario A. The year goes fine, you know, Misty stays pretty okay, you know, it still pays the 100% yield. So 100% yield means you get 100% of your money back after 1 year. So after 1 year from today, I'll have that $35,000 back. So if I do this, hey, hear me out. If I take that dividend every single month, put it in my bank account, in my bank account, in my bank account. 1 year from today, my bank account will be sitting at $100,000 because I got 100% of my money back. And I still own Misty, and it's still paying me. Even if it's not paying $5,000, let's say the price declined, it went down, and it's paying me $2,000 or $3,000, that's fine. I still got $100,000 in my bank account, and Misty still paying me a few $1,000s a month. Great, okay? So that's a year. So now let's say, okay, now I think I'm gonna make another bet. I'm gonna bet next year is gonna be exactly the same as last year. I'm gonna take that $35,000 out of my bank account, put it back into Misty. Okay, now the original, say still paying $5,000. The original $5,000 I'm getting, and I just added $35,000 to get another $5,000. So now I'm getting $10,000 a month. And now, after, we'll just call it 4 months. After 4 months, I've got my $35,000 back every month. Dividend in the bank, in the bank, in the bank. 4 months later, I've got $100,000 in the bank, and now I'm getting $10,000 a month in dividends from Misty. So now I have my $100,000, and I got income coming in. Okay. And next year, I think the same, and I do the same, and I do the same. Right? It's all great. It's all good. But let's just say, since it only took me 4 months to get my original money back, let's say now I'm gonna spend another 4 months and take out an additional $30,000, and now my bank account is $130,000, $135,000. But I still have Misty paying me $10,000 a month. I just spent extra time to pull extra money out to make my bank account larger. Okay, you get where I'm going with this? So now, there's same scenario. There's a big major market event and stock market crashes, and now my Misty isn't worth shit. So let's just say it goes to zero and I lost all the money that's in Misty. I don't care. My bank account still has $135,000, or $130,000, or $100,000 where I started. It's still in my bank. I still have that money. So now I have that money to deploy into the market, into any other investment, or to live off of, or whatever. Or let's say the market crashes and goes to zero, and I have a major life event. I have a heart attack or cancer or something like that, and I got to get it treated. Well, guess what? In my bank, I got $100,000. I can go do that. I can go to the hospital and have that treatment that I need to save my life, and I don't have to any stress, no worries, no nothing. And if I still own Misty and it's still paying me some money, even if it's a lower amount, $2,000, something like that, it's fine. It's still paying some of my bills while I can't work, right? So this is the way that I approach this thing. The way I look at this thing is that it's in a more conservative way, because I'm betting year by year. I'm not betting over 30 years that my thing's gonna grow to $1 million, but my bank account ain't got nothing in it or something like that, right? That might work for people if they're millionaires and got lots of money laying around. But if that's not you, if you're a normal, average person like me, who is not super rich, and I'm not a millionaire, this way just makes sense to me, because it provides me a safety net in my bank account to take care of my health or any problems that comes up. If I can't work, the economy's bad, we're in a wartime, there's no jobs available, no nothing, but I still gotta live. It takes care of all of that. And I still have money in my bank account to cover any type of life emergency that may come up. So hopefully that shares some ideas or some perspective on the way I view this thing and the way that I feel is conservative compared to other investing styles, and why I'm not gonna invest in the things like SCHG or something like that and work for the next 30 years hoping and praying that the stock market continues to do what it's going to do, and in 30 years from now I'm going to have $1 million and make $30,000 a year. Whenever I am making that right now, actually I'm making more than that out of my $30,000 portfolio, and my bank account still has plenty of money in it. So that's why I do things the way I do things, and that's why I believe this is a very powerful tool if you use it correctly and don't abuse it. Now, some of the people who are, I think some people are abusing it. I don't want to get into morals, because people, people have their own money. They can do what they want to do with their money. That's their choice. I do what I want to do with mine. That's my choice. I work for this money. I'm going to do it how I want to do it. You work for yours, you do how you want to do it. But some people, they're doing crazy things. I won't say call it crazy, but, they're putting all their money there into these funds, and they're even leveraging them with other people's money. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. If that's what you want to do, then go for it. But, they're leveraging this with other people's money. They're, doing, borrowing money from the brokerage, or borrowing money from their home, and this and that. And I can't speak on other people's financial situation. Maybe they have a lot of money laying around, and they're doing this and sharing these things with you, but they're not transparent about their real financial situation. Maybe they have millions of dollars laying around that we don't know about. And if they do, then that's great for them. And if something happens, then they're good, right? They don't have to worry about anything. But if you follow these ways and you get wrecked, and now you're in a really bad situation. Because I've seen some people talk about this, that they're taking like loans from their houses and stuff like that. But they literally mentioned like that's all they have. Like they took out like a $10,000 loan because they don't even have anything else, and they're trying to like get their dividends up really fast. If something happens, that could even hurt them, even though it's only $10,000. It could still be detrimental to their comeback if they do happen to, have a major event or about bankruptcy or something comes up. They're going to be in a world of trouble. So I just think about things more conservatively. I'm not saying those guys who do those things are bad. I'm not saying they're wrong or they're right. I'm not saying none of that. That's just within their risk tolerance. And that's fine. If that's what they're willing to risk, then that's cool. That's for them, But it's not for me, and that's not the way I like to do things. And I just share with you the way I like to do things and my mindset and the reason behind why I want to do things that way. So hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully you took a screenshot of the damn chart, and hopefully you listened when I told you I got the chart from Kamara's Discord. This is the third time I've said that now. And if you're interested, then you should go check it out. It's free. Like, I don't pay any money for his Discord. I think it's a free Discord. I joined for free. I'm not sure about nowadays how it is, but I'm guessing it's still free. So anyway, you can go check that out if you want. I'm not posting the links, none of that. I'm not going to hold your hand and do all the work for you. If you really want to do it, you'll do it yourself. I'm not the type of person who's going to hold somebody's hand and help them do all those things, because I just figure somebody really wants something bad enough, they'll figure out how to do it. Like, I'm not going to just hand you everything. Like, I'm teach you how to fish. I'm not going to just like go fishing and hand you my fish I caught. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way the world works. But anyway, hope you liked the video, and I hope it was helpful. I really do hope it was helpful for you. And I'm going back home now. I'm going to have some breakfast, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Thanks for watching.